Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're one.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're.
That's why Christ is Melchizedek and Christ is Solomon.
Where did you get that breakdown?
The Lord.
Like it, sir. General Hyman, see your class. He said, well done.
Like it.
Fried chicken, napkin.
Put that on the table for me, warrior.
All right.
Rank raise coming, warrior.
He's trying to holler at you about that class.
All right, for sure.
Excellent class, by the way.
Well, I appreciate that, boy. Yeah.
After you.
There he is, man of the hour. Take a seat, man. Take a seat. What's going on with you, brother? Pour us up, live. Listen, man. Heard you taught a hell of a class.
Hey, man. The water, sir. The water.
Excellent job, by the way. Hey, look, man. You know what I was thinking? Tell me what you think. Thursday, 7 p.m. Prime time. Scripture breakdown. What you think about that?
I consider it.
That's all I need you to do, man. Laya Shala.
Laya Shala.
And more, man. Hey, wake that brother up. Wake him up. Wake him up.
Wake that brother up.
Wake up, bye.
Yeah.
Hey, wake that brother up.
Wake up, bye.
Yeah.
Hey, wake up. Wake up, bye. Most High in Christ. You back with us?
Closer.
Most High in Christ, like.
And that's why Christ was Solomon, Christ was Melchizedek, and reincarnation is in the Bible. Hey, I love that. Do me a favor. See me one more time, Baba Kasha.
I appreciate it,
I appreciate it.
Yeah. On 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man, busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and they head with that shit. Fine in, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They say you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping watching everybody work. Fuck that fucking job, that little pay by the hour. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, my back hurting and I'm hungry. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, nigga, on so. Yeah, caught between the two, get this money, go home. Yeah, all these people so, now these bitches, they messy. First day I came in, I bossed up on the bosses. And they promise nigga this, promise nigga that. Want my ass to work, then bring the paper back. Sean, where you been? I been taking the shit. Knowing damn well that I don't fucking sleep. Put that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitchin' and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, me and bro, we just posted. Look him in the eye, shake my head disappointed. We gotta visualize, summarize, execute. All these people drop like fly, why the fuck we still here? Man, fuck that fucking job, when I pull up I hate it. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, that's on all of their faces. Fuck that fucking job, man, I'm already lit. Man, I hear one thing, boy, you bound to get hit. Man, these bills cross a nigga's brain. Damn, that's how you keep a nigga damn a slave. Damn, money supposed to be a tool. Damn, for a purpose, what's your purpose for? Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitchin' and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. You know what I'm talking about?
Fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my niggas. I'm in it, yo. Got my nigga Rawan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding General, your honor. Straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown. I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my I can gon' let him have it. Hey, thank you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit. Yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm ripping. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves, while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon.
Hey, shalom. Y'all about Shem Shah Barakatham. Y'all with Shema Thumb by Shem Shah. Precinct Officer on Mwanga Bar. Tuesday night Brotherhood class. Asheville, Kentucky. Asheville K. Under Commander Johanna. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the chosen people of God, and our oppressors is the devil the Bible speaks of. And tonight, what we're going to talk about is when will Satan stop interfering into your life? Because a lot of people, keep thinking that that's just, it's just like a boxing match where one day you finally gonna beat and defeat Satan and he gonna leave you alone. But what I would like to say is most people, is opening and offering Satan into their life every day. You feel me? Every bad decision that you make, every false idol that you worship, you're offering Satan a place inside of you every day. Every time you eat some bad food, you're not supposed to eat unlawful food. Deal with a woman you're not supposed to deal with. You feel me? Any of those type of actions that goes against what the Bible say, you offering Satan into your life because you're opening up room for him to now make you make mistakes. You feel me? And put more turmoil into your life and stuff like that. So, and one of the biggest things Satan use is religion, holidays, and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll go ahead and jump into it real quick. If you go to that first article, the one about Saturnalia.
Okay.
It's from history.com. So this is basically common knowledge. What we about to read, and we do this every year. Every year, the week of Christmas, we break this down and we try to explain it all year. But this is common knowledge. This is not like some hidden thing we had to go, into libraries and dig up. It's right here on the internet with a click Google search, history.com.
Saturnalia, held in mid-December, is an ancient Roman pagan festival honoring the agricultural god Saturn.
Right. So the Romans, they had a festival called Saturnalia, and this is a depiction of one of their parties. You feel me? If you notice, these are men. This is not like a man dancing with a woman. This is men, picking up and hugging other men. Because like we all know, well, I ain't gonna say we all know. I gotta stop talking like people know the stuff we know. What people don't know is the Romans and the Greeks, just like the Americans, is the LGBTQ. You feel me? That's their lifestyle. That's their way of life. So when you start accepting certain things that they accept, you really accepting everything else too. You feel me? Which is one major reason why we don't vote. Because when you accept one thing, you can't say you don't accept the other thing. Like real talk.
Because of when the holiday occurred, near the winter solstice, Saturnalia celebrations are the source of many of the traditions we now associate with Christmas, such as wreaths, candles, feasting, and gift giving.
Right. So that lets you know that Christmas, this is how you know Christmas has nothing to do with Christ's birthday. Because when you think, you be like, okay, it's Christ's birthday. Why am I getting a gift? Why am I giving gifts to my kids that's been bad as hell all year? Then they're about to, ain't even finna go to the next grade. Why am I giving you a gift instead of giving a gift to Christ?
Right.
Which and the funny thing is the only gift Christ ever asked for is to obey the law. You feel me? To serve the Most High. Real talk. But that's where you get the candles, the feasting, and gift giving from. It ain't got nothing to do with Christ's birthday. It's come from an ancient Roman festival. And then America is the reason why America is called Babylon the Great is because America implements all these different customs into one holiday. That's why when you look into these holidays, you will see it's about a lot of different pagan stuff. It's not just one. You feel me? You will find some stuff from the Greeks, the Romans, the Babylonians, the Persians. You feel me? You will find a little mix of everything into one holiday. And that's because that's why this is called Babylon the Great in the Bible. Real talk, you go ahead.
Okay. What is Saturnalia? Saturnalia, the most popular holiday on the ancient Roman calendar.
Right. Hold on, wait. Salakia.
Look.
We try to get through it, but I want to tap in on that. It says Saturnalia is the most popular holiday on the ancient Roman calendar. What if I had to ask you, what is the most popular holiday on the American calendar?
Christmas, sir.
Christmas. Everybody, it's common knowledge. Everybody knows it's Christmas.
Okay.
You feel me? Because you get new free stuff. You feel me? You give gifts. The family come together. Whatever. You feel me? But that is so synonymous with Saturnalia because that was the Romans' favorite holiday to celebrate on the calendar.
Derived from older farming-related rituals of midwinter and the winter solstice.
Hold on, wait. Let's tap into that. The winter solstice. The winter solstice is the shortest day and longest night of the year. In 2024, in the Northern Hemisphere, it takes place on December 21st. And the reverse is true in the Southern Hemisphere, where it's the shortest day of the year, occurs in June. After the winter solstice, days starts to become longer and nights shorter as the spring approaches. You feel me? And that's why the Bible say, don't be amazed at the stars from heaven and all the stuff like that. Because these people took this and turned this into a god. They took that small thing and turned it into a whole religion.
Right.
Real talk. And that's another reason why you see they always talking about the 25 days of Christmas. You feel me? You see how the white man do us like we just so stupid. I thought 25th was supposed to be Christ's birthday, and that's what it's supposed to be about. You celebrating Christmas the day December hits. You feel me? As soon as December hit, you celebrating. You feel me? Real talk.
Especially the practice of offering gifts or sacrifices to the gods during the winter sowing season.
Oh, wait, Salah, let me go back with you. I'm still on the screen.
Okay.
Right. No, that's heavy though. Real talk.
The pagan celebration of Saturn, the Roman god of agricultural.
Right. And hold on, wait. And what you said was so heavy though. It say especially to practice of offering gifts and sacrifice to the gods during the winter sowing season. That's what you doing when you putting them gifts under the tree. You worshiping another god, and people be thinking we crazy, talking about we in a cult because we don't celebrate Christmas. Nigga, you worshiping another god. And in the Bible, that's a death penalty offense. In the Bible, worshiping another god is a death penalty offense to the Lord. And you wondering why Satan is destroying you. You feel me? That's what we're trying to bring out tonight. We're trying to show people why Satan is destroying you, why Satan keep interfering into your life. This is why. Because you worshiping other idols. You're welcoming him in.
The pagan celebration of Saturn, the Roman god of agriculture and time, began as a single day, but by the late Republic, 133 through 131 through 31 BC, it had expanded to a week-long festival beginning December 17th.
Right. That's why I say as soon as December start, you celebrating Christmas. Because it ain't got nothing to do with Christ's birthday. Otherwise, you would just celebrate it December 25th and that'd be done with it.
Right.
It'll be done with it. Nope, but that's why they got the 25 days of Christmas.
On the Julian calendar, which the Romans used at the time, the winter solstice fell on December 25th.
Oh, well, ain't that a coincidence? Ain't that a coincidence that on the Roman, the Julian calendar, which the Romans used, the winter solstice fell on December 25th. It just so happened to fall on December 25th.
Right.
Real talk. You sitting there thinking you worshiping Christ. That's also, and then another thing, and that's crazy. That's Nimrod's birthday.
Right.
That's Nimrod's birthday. That's his birthday. Real talk. You celebrate Nimrod and the winter solstice. Yeah, that's the Babylonians and the Romans. Them two different kingdoms. Them two different kingdoms that we both was in slavery in. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, we was in slavery in Babylon, and we was in slavery in Rome. You feel me? Real talk. And somehow December 25th was a day that both of them worship. And now we doing it all over again. Real talk.
How the Romans celebrated Saturnalia. During Saturnalia, work and business came to a halt.
Right. Right. Just like what's tomorrow? Everything closed.
Right.
Saturnalia, everything was closed. Tomorrow, everything's closed. schools, business is over with.
Schools and courts of law closed,
Right.
and the normal social patterns were suspended.
Yeah, all the lawyers, they sending you emails saying they off for the next 2 weeks. Don't hit them up about nothing.
People decorated their homes with wreaths and other greenery, and shed their traditional togas in favor of colorful clothes known as synthesis.
Right. So there you go. That's why the people put up the Christmas lights. You feel me? That's why people, you feel me, decorate their house with Christmas lights and all the stuff is because of Saturnalia. It ain't got nothing to do. It's not in the Bible. You feel me? It's not in the Bible.
Even enslaved people did not have to work during Saturnalia.
Right. Even the slaves was free.
Uh,
Even the slaves did not have to work during Saturnalia, just like the slaves don't have to work on Christmas. And even in slavery times, you feel me, back in the 1700s, the slaves was free to do what they wanted that day.
but were allowed to participate in the festivities.
Right. That's why they always asking you, what you doing for Christmas? You coming to the Christmas party. Merry Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas. Hey, how was your Christmas? They trying to make sure you a slave. That's why they do that. Trying to make sure you still a slave. Make sure you a good old nigga. That's what they trying to make you see. That's why they add. They don't really care. They know you can't afford gifts. They know your rent is behind 2-3 months. They ask, how was your Christmas, to see was you a good slave.
In some cases, they sat at the head of the table while their master served them.
Right, right. They even got served by their masters. You sitting there wondering why your job buying food. You thinking you somebody in life. They buying food because that's what they did in Rome. In Rome, the masters served the slaves on Christmas.
Instead of working, Romans spent Saturnalia gambling, singing, playing music, feasting.
Right. That's good. I think people get the picture. If you don't get the picture, then I don't know. Go to Walmart or Walgreens or something and get a printout. If you don't understand this picture, because we painted it very clear. You feel me? Picasso couldn't paint a better picture than this. You're celebrating Saturnalia and Nimrod, the Babylonians and the damn Romans, who they both hated black people and Hispanics. All right, so you go to that last article.
Okay. How much do Americans spend on Christmas? Americans spend a lot of money over the holidays. In fact, annual holiday shopping budgets appear to be on the rise, but how much do Americans spend on Christmas each year?
Right. All right, now drop down to key 2023 American Christmas spending stats.
Okay. Number one, Americans spend approximately $900 on Christmas each year.
Right. So the average American is spending $900. This is big business. You think they want you to stop celebrating Christmas? Why would they want you to stop celebrating Christmas when the average American is spending $900? That's the same one that can't even afford food and gas.
Right.
You feel me? The same American that can't even afford to take care of themselves is spending at least $900 on Christmas. At least.
71% of U.S. holiday budgets are assigned to gift purchases.
Right. So so all this overtime. You feel me? All the people having to work extra hours for the holiday season. You feel me? It's assigned. 71% is assigned to the gift purchases.
Right. U.S. holiday sales have grown year over year for over a decade.
Right. So each year they watching the money go up. You feel me? So they're gonna keep pushing Christmas in your face. They're gonna keep telling your jobs to tell them how important Christmas is. Give them off. Give them an extra $100 on their check. Do whatever you gotta do. But we're gonna keep this. If you don't think these businesses is in cahoots with America, you crazy. If you don't think these businesses is in cahoots and America is telling these employers what you gotta push, you crazy.
96% of Americans buy gifts for their families.
Right, 96%. 96% of Americans is buying gifts You feel me? That's what I'm saying. This is all about money. This ain't got nothing to do with no damn Christ. This ain't got nothing to do with Christ's birthday. This ain't got nothing to do with none of that.
Deloitte estimate that Americans spend over $500 a year on non-gift items.
Right.
Canadians spend nearly 1,000 more than Americans during the holidays.
Right. So that what they saying is they spend 500 on stuff that's not even gifts. You feel me? Just because you in the holiday spirit, you going out spending for the holidays, you spend 500 that's not even on gifts. It ain't got nothing to do with the Christmas presents. This stuff you just buying while you out. You see how they calculating this? You go out to go buy the new Jordans, some clothes, PlayStation, whatever, for Christmas, and you end up buying other stuff that ain't got nothing to do with the gift. Just stuff for the house, stuff that you want. You feel me? You keeping the economy going by going Christmas shopping.
Right. On average, men spend 10% more than women on holiday purchases.
Right. And you want to know why I say men spend 10% more than women on holiday purchases? Because most niggas is weak under their woman. Most niggas is only celebrating Christmas because of their woman. Most niggas is only buying Christmas gifts because they don't want to get put out the house. They don't want to not be able to see their children, end up on child support, whatever. That's why most men spend 10% more than women. What they say, every kiss begins with K. So like, that wasn't right. What it is, man. Real talk.
The highest spending Americans over the winter holidays are aged 45 to 54.
Right.
The Northeast outspends the South by around $100 per person each year.
Right. So now the South, they don't even get a white Christmas. They don't even snow in half of the states down there, and they outspending by 100. They outspending people in the North by $100.
Gift cards are the most popular present to receive. 48% of Americans begin Christmas shopping before the end of October.
Before when?
The end of October.
So half of America is Christmas shopping before the end of October even get here. So from October to December, they Christmas shopping.
Right.
They spending money, man. They stimulating the economy, man. We the stimulus check. We talking about we waiting on another stimmy. Shit, we is the stimulus check. If 50% of the Americans is Christmas shopping in October.
More than half, which is 63% of Americans, shop online for holiday purchases.
Right, and now they got the internet popping. They making more money just off people that don't want to leave the house.
Right.
Most people don't want to leave the house. They clocking.
Christmas is a major expenditure for many Americans. According to the latest data from the National Retail Federation, Americans spend an average of $902 each Christmas.
Right. Average 900. And of course, this is talking about, you hear me? Just the average American plus all that. The rich, the regular, everybody all together. So like everybody all together is spending a little too much money. That's all I'm saying. A little too much.
That's close to the median pre-tax weekly salary of $1,165. In other words, the average American spends about a week's salary on Christmas gifts annually.
Right, a week's salary. So the average, oh damn, look how they just threw that in there. People ain't even catching that. They basically saying the average American is only making $1,100 a week. I mean, $1,100 every 2 weeks. Every pay period, the average American is only making $1,200. Like that's insane. And they say you spent most people are spending that on Christmas. Really? Most people are spending that on Christmas. Your weekly salary is getting spent on Christmas gifts, man. That is insane, man.
You want to read this chart, sir?
Nah. Drop down to Drop down to
The data shows.
go down to U.S. Christmas gift spending over time.
Okay. The NRF reports that U.S. holiday season retail sales have increased year over year since 2008. Last year's holiday season sales totaled approximately $964.4 billion. That's
Ooh.
more.
And now you see why they're giving all that money to Ukraine and Israel.
Right.
Now you see why they're giving all that money to Ukraine and the Israelis. Man, they done made almost $1 trillion off Christmas. Over a 3-month span from October to November, they done almost made $1 trillion. And they say it's increasing every year.
That's more than double 2004's figure of $467.2 billion.
Man, and now you see why America, everybody always talk about how America's in debt. And we did a class on this before. America is in debt to themselves, man. And this is why they in debt to themselves, because they making so much money, they could just spend it whenever they want. Yeah, go ahead. You got something?
Oh, no, sir. Slug.
Yeah, they could just spend it whenever they want. They can just go into it and just spend it and splurge whenever they feel like it. That's why the U.S. got the biggest military budget. They can make $1 trillion just off Christmas.
Right.
They the biggest dope dealers ever. They the biggest drug dealers ever. Real talk. All right, so yeah, we could drop that. Let's go into the scriptures. Go to if I could, Job 1:6.
Okay.
Job 1:6. And let's talk about how Satan works. Because the topic of tonight's class is when will Satan stop interfering? First of all, you gotta understand that most people is inviting Satan in. That's what you gotta understand. Most people is inviting Satan in, and the other ones was the Lord sent him on you. You feel me? Like real talk.
This is the book of Job, chapter 1 and verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them.
Right. So and this is talking about the angels, of course. You feel me? Because men, we don't walk with Satan and the angels. We not the same. Well, I think it's called celestial. You feel me? We're not the same type of beings as them. You know. So this is talking about the angels and Satan, because they present themselves before the Lord, because they report to the Lord to go into the earth and do different things. You feel me? And Satan has a duty. You feel me? Satan has a duty, and Satan's duty is to get you to sin, to tempt you to sin, to see if you really with the Lord or not.
And the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and walking up and down in it.
Right. So that's what Satan doing. He's going to and fro through the earth. You feel me? He's going to and fro, up and down. You feel me? This let you know this is talking about a spiritual being. This is not talking about a physical man. You feel me? This is a spiritual being. He's going left. He's like a ping pong ball. He's going left, right, up and down, trying to find people that he can tempt to sin against the Lord. Right? Real talk. That's why I said this is an everyday job. You feel me? Trying to get Satan to stop interfering in your life is an everyday job. Right. And the only way you can do it is you got to close that door. You feel me? You got to close the gate. You feel me? The gateway to sin, you got to close the gateway to sin. You feel me? And it's in everybody's face every day. Sometimes it could be family members. It could be your kids. It could be your job. It could be a lot of different things. That's that gateway that Satan is trying to open so he can be let inside of you. Like real talk. Could be greed. It could be all type of stuff.
Verse 8. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil.
Right. So that a perfect man. The Lord say Job was perfect. And he asked Satan, why are you not trying him? That's the perfect victim. You feel me? It's like people out here thinking Satan is bothering them. Satan won't leave me alone. You feel me? You sound like a little kid. Nigga, Satan is bothering you because the Lord, he obviously called your name. Satan is bothering you because the Lord see that you perfect or could be perfect or have the potential to be perfect. And the Lord called your name and Satan came to see about you, like Debo. That's how I say he like Debo. You feel me? He like Debo. He trying to see what you made of. He gonna come with all type of different stuff to see what you made of. And the way you fight Satan, you feel me? You gotta close that gateway. You feel me? That gateway he got to get you to want to smoke weed or have sex with this woman or whatever. You gotta close that door.
Verse 9.
What's the new saying? Close that back door. you gotta close that back door. I'm telling you, Satan, he gonna come right through that motherfucker. Excuse my friend.
Verse 9. Then Satan answered the Lord and said, doth Job fear God for naught?
Right. Dude, Job fear God for nothing, right? Because he not really too sure. Satan not really too sure. He like, man, I ain't tried Job because first of all, you feel me? He perfect. Just like you said, he perfect. He don't do nothing wrong. It's kind of hard for me to tempt Job when he doesn't have no gateways. You feel me? He's not doing nothing that I can expose. You feel me? It's not, he ain't around a certain type of people where now I can expose and cause temptation and wrath and stuff, anger and beefs and gossip. He ain't around nobody to do that. Right. It's like it's nothing I can really do with him.
Verse 10. Hast not thou made an edge about him?
Right. That's what Satan, this Satan talking to the Lord. You feel me? But I don't know, people think Satan live underground with a pitchfork. No, he don't. He right in your head when you reaching for the blunt at the Christmas party. When you cutting up the ham, hey Granny, give me some of that honey ham. That's Satan, right? That's him. He right there in your head. You feel me? Got you thinking that ham is worth the blessings of the Most High. You feel me? The peace that comes with serving the Most High. So yeah, he's saying you got a hedge around him. A hedge, that them bushes, that grass bushes that people have in front of their crib. It's like a fence, but it's not. Right. It's called a hedge. Right, and that's what he's saying about Job. He's like, you protecting him. You feel me? You protecting Job. So I really can't really get to him.
And about his house.
And about his house, his family. You feel me? Hey, you protecting them.
Right. And about all that he had on every side.
Right, his wealth, his business, because Job was a very wealthy man, and he's like, you protecting everything he got. Like, it's nothing I could really do with him.
Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land.
Right, his business is prospering. So it's like, it's really harder to tempt him because he got money. So I can do little stuff to him and it ain't gonna really affect him because he got money. He got money and he righteous. So it's like, it's kind of hard to, ain't nothing I really do with him. This was Satan is basically coming up with an excuse why he don't want to try Job.
Verse 11, but put forth thine hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face.
Right. So he's saying, like, look, if you take the hedge from around him, you feel me? You take the hedge from around the protection, I could get him to curse you. I could get him to curse you to your face.
Verse 12, and the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power.
Right. So now the Lord, like, all right, well, let's see about that. Because I think Job is perfect. I think he's solid. And that's how the Lord feel about you. The Lord think you could be perfect. He think you could be solid. And he's sending Satan to come try you, and you falling victim every time.
Right.
He's sending Satan to come try you. You sitting there like, damn, why Satan keep messing with me? That's because the Lord is trying to try you. The Lord is trying to see what you made of, man. Like, real talk. So, when will Satan stop interfering in your life? It's probably never going to happen. But I could tell you how, you can, stop it a little bit. and to just not have any gateways open to where Satan can enter inside of you. You feel me? That's the best way we can put it. You know, we ain't no magicians. We priests, but we ain't magicians though.
Right.
Like real talk.
Only upon himself put not forth thy hand.
Right, and of course he talking about killing him. You feel me? That's, you can do anything. Basically, you can do whatever you want to him. Just don't kill him. Don't hurt him so bad to where like he disfigured or paralyzed or whatever. You feel me? Because I want him to bounce back from this.
Right.
You know, I want him to bounce back if he passed the test. I don't want him to be crippled or nothing like that. So yeah, just pull forth not thine hand. Like real talk.
So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord.
Right. And that's what you got to understand. If you could just put that scripture inside of your heart, you feel me? That the Lord sent him on you, and it'll make all the stuff you're going through just a little more, you know, tasteful, like real talk.
All right.
So yeah, if I could, you could drop that. Go to Jeremiah 10:2.
Come on. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Right, and that's a gateway right there. Following after the heathens. You feel me? Following after the heathens is a gateway for Satan to enter into your heart. You feel me? For you to become whatever Satan wants you to become, that's the first step. Is following after the heathen. And the Bible say, learn not the way of the heathen. Who are the heathens? Anybody that's not an Israelite. Anybody that's not black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you are a heathen according to the Bible. You're not God's chosen people.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
When we just talking about that with Saturnalia
Okay.
and the winter solstice, and how they were so amazed that this day was shorter and longer at night or whatever they was even talking about. Because I'm not somebody that's dismayed at signs from heaven. I don't care about no damn drones in the sky. I don't give a damn about none of that. No fake UFO sightings. Area 51. Remember they was about to rush Area 51? It's like, I ain't dismayed at no signs from heaven. And that's because that's how the Lord wants us to be. To not even care about the stuff you seeing in the sky. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Who cares what it is? It ain't got nothing to do with me.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
Right, the heathen are dismayed at them. You want to know who the heathen is? The Romans. Who is the Romans today? The Americans. You feel me? The heathens are dismayed at them. They make whole religions and holidays off the signs from heaven, off looking at the sky. They got zodiac signs, 12 zodiac signs. You feel me? Because of talking about how the stars align. You was born in September, you a Virgo. You was born in November, you a Scorpio. You feel me? You a hoe. I think that's what they said. All the Scorpios hoes. Well, I know some Geminis as hoes too. So like it. So I don't know if that really fit well.
Right.
Like the so-called white man say, the zodiac signs are real because he just made at heaven. You feel me?
Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain.
Right. The customs of the people are vain. They useless. You feel me? They useless. They mean nothing. That's what they mean. The stuff that the Christmas means nothing. Valentine's Day, New Year, all that stuff means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. It's not going to do nothing for you. Nothing in your life is going to change after celebrating it other than your pockets being shorter. That's about it. The pockets being shorter than they was the last month.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe.
Right. Yep. And that come from Nimrod. Like I said, Jeremiah, during this time, I think we was in slavery in Babylon. You feel me? And the Babylonians, they worship Nimrod. They worship him from his time all the way up until right now, changing him into Christmas. You feel me? And what his mama did, his mama cut out an evergreen tree out of the forest and said it was him in reincarnation. Because it's an evergreen tree, the leaves don't fall. It's green all year round. So and you know why? If I could, Anakodum, why was this so amazing to them? Like, why would the people believe her?
And was this woman? Was she a heathen?
Yeah, they was what you was so-called Africans today. Babylonians is Africans. But why would people believe that this is her son reincarnated in the tree?
Slugs. I would say because she's a woman.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I heard that. But now to be more on topic, it's because they what he was saying in the previous verse, how they dismayed from the signs of heaven. And the Bible says, "Be not dismayed from the signs of heaven." So they seeing the tree being evergreen all year round. They assuming that, damn, this must be living.
Okay.
This must be a living being or person, because the tree leaves never fall off this tree. So we all gonna go cut one and put it in our house and worship the tree. Because that's what you're doing on Christmas. You worshiping the tree. Real talk. That's why I say these holidays in America, it's a bunch of different pagan beliefs mixed in one. We're going all the way to 5.
Oh, slow.
I would say we're going all the way to 5.
Okay. Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold.
Right, and they deck it with silver and gold. Now listen to the wordplay. Deck. Ain't that a song, a famous Christmas song? Deck the halls with fowls of jolly, all that, whatever. You feel me? They using these specific words because that's the words they used back then. And that's why they put them words implemented into the songs. You feel me? Like I said, this stuff is common knowledge. It's on history.com. It's common knowledge that this is what you're celebrating on Christmas is Nimrod's birthday, is Saturnalia, and I'm pretty sure it's other Greek gods that they worship, and maybe in Persia too, that all we got to do is do a little digging. Like real talk. I bet some little small thing on Christmas comes from some whole other culture of pagan belief. You feel me? Just as simple as how they deck the houses with Christmas lights. They said that's what they did in Saturnalia. They decked the houses. You feel me? Real talk.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not.
Right, and that's nailing the silver and gold, all that stuff to the tree to make it look pretty. Matter of fact, I even think they even have Christmas tree competitions to see who got the prettiest tree.
Verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree.
Right, and they upright like the palm tree. You feel me? They sit upright. You feel me? Like they something you should be worshipped. You feel me? Like they something to be worshipped.
But speak not.
Right, but they speak not. Because this is talking about the tree. This is letting you know that they was worshiping that tree all the way back during Jeremiah's time in Babylon. Because that Nimrod was a god they worshiped. You feel me? And it's the same thing they doing now. They putting that evergreen tree in their house. Now people got the fake one that they can recycle every year. But the rich people, they go cut a new one out the woods or go to the place where they sell them at, and they get a new one every year, a real evergreen tree, and they be sitting in their house upright like a palm tree. But it speak not. You feel me? It's a God you worshiping, but it's not doing nothing for you. It ain't doing nothing for you. You feel me? A God is supposed to guide you in life to be successful, to be at peace. You feel me? But this God you put into your house, it don't even speak.
They must needs be born.
Right, exalted. You feel me? These trees need to be exalted. That's how you worship the God Nimrod. You feel me? By decorating this tree, having the best tree on the block, the biggest, nicest tree, all the ornaments and everything, the nicest star on top. These trees need to be exalted.
Because they cannot go.
Right, because they cannot go, which means they can't run over you. You feel me? You have to give these gods life. These false idols have no power over you. You feel me? But you giving them life. And you giving them life, you letting Satan in every time. That's the gateway. Worshiping these false idols, these false gods, is the gateway to letting Satan inside of you. Because real talk, they really ain't got no power over you. None of these religions, these gods, none of this stuff have no power over you for real. You giving it power.
Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil.
Right. Be not afraid, because they cannot do evil. All these idols you worshiping, they're not real. You feel me? It's not like on what's that called, Unsolved Mysteries, where they talking about all the stuff that happened and this came to life and this thing and this Loch Ness monster. Man, ain't none of that shit real. Ain't none of these things none of these idols you worshiping can do nothing to you.
Neither also is it in them to do good.
Or it ain't in them to do good. Ain't no good luck charms. You feel me? Ain't no wearing a cross on your neck gonna save you. I know a lot of niggas with crosses on their neck and tattooed on them, they in the dirt. I know a lot of niggas celebrated Christmas every year. They in the dirt, they in prison. You feel me? Because these things, these idols, they can't do good. They cannot do good for you either. Real talk. I said you could drop that. Go to 2 Corinthians 2:11.
Okay. Second Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us.
Right. And that's the thing. That's why I say Satan is looking for the gateway inside of your heart, inside of your mind. So now you can worship him. You can do what he say. You feel me? You can do what he say. And Satan's number one lieutenant is the white man. The white man's number one lieutenant is the black woman. That's how the white man and Satan get into our house, through the black woman. Catering to her what she like, which is, of course, nothing but flesh. Because a woman is a natural nurturer. You feel me? A woman, the Lord made a woman to be a nurturer, to just be caring about the fleshly stuff. You feel me? That's how she have compassion for the kids. You see your son fall, you be, nigga, get up. You will be all right. The woman see the son fall. Oh, come here, baby, you good? You all right? You need a Band-Aid? Because that women is naturally they naturally care about the fleshly stuff. They don't care about the spiritual stuff. The dad is thinking, you know, get up and try it again, because I'm knowing I'm finna instill some manhood in my son, some discipline in my son. But the women, they don't think like that. They thinking about, oh, is his knee hurt? Is he bleeding? Right. You feel me? I ain't never heard nobody bleed out from a bike, falling off the bike in front of the house. Mm-hmm. You feel me? But that's just not in a woman's nature, though. You feel me? Because she's a natural nurturer. So, of course, Satan is going to use the so-called white man and use black women to get into the black house, the Hispanic and Native Indian house, to destroy it. You feel me? Real talk. Like I said, most people that's celebrating Christmas, most men, they celebrating Christmas because of their woman. It's either they woman or they mama. You feel me? If you ever ask a nigga that's single, what you doing for Christmas, the nigga is probably talking about going to the club or something. You feel me? If you ask one of your homies, like, damn, folks, what you doing for Christmas this year? Man, I'm finna go to the club. Boy, it's gonna be cracking tonight. Man, it's gonna be jumping. It's a Christmas party and up, you know? But you ask a nigga that got a woman, you know, that's in a relationship, or a nigga that's, you know, a mama's boy, whatever. You feel me? Nah, I gotta go to mama house. Right. I gotta go to mama house. Or now, my girl, we gotta open up Christmas gifts in the morning and stuff like that, like real talk. Because most people is only most men, 90% of men is only celebrating because of their woman or their mama. Like real talk. But that's what Satan gonna use. He gonna use all that different type of stuff like that to get an advantage over you. You feel me? Satan every day is looking for a gateway inside of your heart. You feel me? So you can displease the Most High.
For we are not ignorant of his devices.
Right, but us and ISUPK under Commander Jan Hunter, we not ignorant of his devices. We know his devices is the women. We know he's gonna use the women against us. We know money, the lack of money or the lack of too much money. Wanting gifts. You feel me? Wanting because people are naturally, want to be liked by people. And the natural sense of wanting to be liked by people, you're gonna end up with probably a lot of fake friends. You feel me? A bunch of fake friends that really don't care about your best interests. And then you're gonna look up you in a situation that you ain't supposed to be in, and it's because of Satan found a gateway. You feel me? He found a flaw in you. You feel me? Real talk. Like, we not ignorant of his devices. Another one is family time. You feel me? I need family time. It's about the family. I know it ain't Christ's birthday, but I gotta go about with the family, man. I gotta go see my family. And you get over there, everybody fighting. You feel me? Real talk. You get over there, everybody fighting. Everybody getting drunk. Because the demons is getting let loose. Like, real talk. So what we can't do, we can't be ignorant, you feel me, of Satan devices. Because the devices he gonna use is stuff that we care about. The stuff that you care about. Satan gonna use that to try to get inside of you, like, real talk. So yeah, you could drop that. Go to 1 Peter 4:12.
Come on. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. You feel me? Think it not strange. A lot of people is trying to see when will Satan stop interfering, instead of realizing that, damn, Satan interfering means the Lord must be calling my name. And that's what we're trying to explain to you. You feel me? Satan trying to interfere in your life, which is causing mischief, causing problems, that's because the Lord called your name. The Lord sees something good in you, and he's trying to get Satan to tempt you, to see if you're strong enough. So that's why Peter is saying, think not, you feel me? Think not is strange, you feel me? That you're going through something. That's the fiery trial, going through pain and suffering. You feel me? Think not it's strange you're going through pain and suffering. Don't look at it like that.
As though some strange thing happened unto you.
Right, as though some strange thing happened. Like, what you going through ain't nobody else went through. Like, what you going through ain't nobody on this planet going through but you. Don't think it's strange. You feel me? Because that means the Lord called your name, and he wants you to step up to the plate.
Verse 13. But rejoice, inasmuch as ye are partakers of Christ's sufferings.
Right. So Christ died on the cross. Christ was the what they talking about? But yeah, Christ died on the cross. You feel me? He was a perfect man. He never did nothing wrong. He did. He died. They put him on a goddamn cross, and he bled and suffocated for hours. And you going through, you know what? Your bills late, your woman left, your children don't love you because you ain't buying a Christmas gift. Well, Christ died on the cross. He died. He was murdered. Like, real talk. So what you going through in life, the pain and suffering, you feel me? Especially because you in the truth. Especially because you in the truth. Because you don't celebrate Christmas, you partakers of Christ's suffering. Real talk. Because that's why he died. Christ died because he didn't want to celebrate Saturnalia. He was in Rome. You feel me? He was in Rome. Christ did not want to celebrate Saturnalia, which is now known as Christmas. You feel me? And they killed him.
That when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
Right. And when the glory of Christ be revealed, you feel me? Which is the 12 tribes coming together, the kingdom of heaven, which is what he preached about. How the kingdom was in us. You feel me? But we keep letting Satan in us, and we keep stopping the kingdom from coming. But once we start suffering, you feel me? Just like Christ suffered, we'll be glad. You feel me? We'll be glad after a while.
Verse 14. If ye be reproached for the name of Christ, happy are ye,
Right. So if you shamed for the name of Christ, happy are ye. That's why they say we in a cult. That's why they say we in a cult, because we happy to be saying we a cult leader. We happy to say it. You say we in a cult because we do what the Bible say. We in a cult because we don't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Because we don't celebrate Saturnalia, which is an idol. Nimrod, which is an idol. That Christmas tree, which is an idol. So we in a cult for not doing it. Happy are ye. Which is talking about you. Happy are you. You should be excited that people is saying something bad about you, and it's because of Christ. It's not because you a thief. It's not because you a robber. It's not because you a hoe like you used to be. You feel me? It ain't got nothing to do with that. It ain't because you smoking weed. People is mad at you because you serving Christ. Nigga, happy are ye.
For the spirit of glory and of God resteth upon you.
Right. The spirit of God is and glory rests upon you. You feel me? You walking around with a shield of David on, and people looking at you like, what is that? What he got that on for? What she got that on for? The spirit of God rests upon you. They hated Christ. They didn't like Christ. And I'm talking about his own people. I ain't even talking about the Romans. I'm talking about the Israelites. Israelites did not like Christ. So Israelites not liking you because you wear a shield of David or you don't celebrate Christmas. Happy are ye. Real talk. That you be reproached for the name of Christ.
On their part, he is evil spoken of. But on your part, he is glorified.
Right, it's evil. That's why I say people don't even follow the Bible. People don't even love the Most High. People don't even love Christ. Talking about they out here, we celebrating Christmas because it's Christ's birthday. You don't even like him. You don't even like Christ. You don't like nothing about him. You feel me? You don't even like nothing about Christ. How we know? Because you celebrating Christmas. It's not in the Bible. But it is on history.com saying you worship in Saturnalia and Nimrod's birthday. Real talk. But they calling you evil. And they eyes you evil for not celebrating Christmas, for not putting trees in your house and gifts under it like they did in ancient Babylon. They saying you evil because you don't want to worship Nimrod. But in God's eyes, you glorified. In God's eyes, you glorified. Real talk. And they say the spirit of glory and God rests upon you. Real talk. I say you could drop that. Go to the Apocrypha, Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 27.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 27. For the worshiping of idols, not to be named, is the beginning.
The worshiping of idols, not to be named. You feel me? Not to be named. Because all these idols is fake. All these idols is fake. You feel me? And they don't even deserve to be named. They don't even deserve a name because they make up a new one every day. Every day they can make up a new idol, a new thing to worship. I think the new one is the Scientology, which they say was a book. They said that wasn't even a real religion. So it was just a book a dude wrote. Salaki. It turned into a religion. Like real talk. Cesar Borgia, that was a man's son that was a homosexual. That ain't even Jesus Christ. That ain't how he look. You feel me? Real talk.
Right.
They just making idols up, just left and right.
The cause and the end of all evil.
Right. So the worshiping of idols is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil. So you worshiping idols, that is how Satan gets inside of you. You worshiping sage, saying let's get rid of the demons. That's how the demons come in, you dummy. The demons is coming now. Because your dumb ass thinks some damn plants is going to save you. No different than the people that smoke weed. Man, I got to smoke weed, man. I can't eat. I can't think. You know, I need to listen to the music so I can hear the violins and the flute. Like, that's the stupidest shit in the world. Like, you want to smoke weed to listen to music so you can hear the violins. You can just go to an orchestra or something if it's that serious.
Right.
But worshiping idols is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil. That's where it starts. You feel me? That's where it starts. It starts right there. Worshiping idols, that's the beginning of the evil. You feel me? Real talk.
Verse 28. For either they are mad when they be merry, or prophesy lies.
Right. Hold on, wait. For either they are mad when they be merry. You feel what they say? Merry Christmas.
Right.
They say Merry Christmas, but somehow everybody fight. The kids mad. Oh, you gotta be a little old to know that. You feel me? You gotta be a little old to know that. I haven't experienced that, but when I was a kid, I remember seeing it happen though. You know, it's Christmas. You come open the present, you mad as hell. You open a gift, it's some socks. Remember on New Year's Eve, you was in the world before when you was a kid. You remember New Year's Eve, they say open one gift, and you opening this some socks. You mad as hell the whole night. It's a lie. You mad as hell the whole night. But this is biblical though. You say it say for either they are mad when they be married. You're supposed to be married. You're supposed to be so happy. It's Christmas. It's New Year's. But the whole time now, it's a lot of people about to die. A lot of people about to get hurt. A lot of relationships is about to end.
Right.
Only because that's when all the demons come out. How do we know? Because worshiping idols is the beginning, the end, and the cause of all evil. That's what the Bible says. So if that's if worshiping idols is the beginning and the end and the cause of all evil, that explains why when you worshiping these idols on these holidays, that's why all the demons come out. Real talk.
Or prophesy lies.
Right, or prophesy lie. That's exactly what's happening on all these holidays. They lying about the reason. You feel me? They lying about the reason they celebrate these holidays.
Or live unjustly.
Right.
Or else lightly forswear themselves.
Right. That's a fact. You feel me? A lot of these people that's claiming to be so holy, they living unjustly. You feel me? They living unjustly every day, all day. Like real talk. All right, so yeah, we could drop that. Go to 2 Maccabees 6 and 7. Hold on, 2 Maccabees 6 and 7. Yeah.
Okay. 2 Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 7. And in the day of the king's birth, every month they were brought by bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices.
Right. So now, okay, we in slavery in Greek, and what you gotta understand about the Romans who worship and celebrate Saturnalia, which is now known as Christmas, they are a byproduct of the Greek Empire because one of Alexander the Great, who conquered the known world at the time, he was the king of Greece, and when he died, 4 of his generals went and set up, in different lands, and one of them was in Rome. You feel me? So the Romans, they spoke Greek and they had all the same beliefs as the Greeks. They even had the same gods. They just changed the name to something different to like separate themselves. But anyway, during the king's birth, every month, the people are brought into bitter constraint. You feel me? Which is mean like you struggling even harder. You feel me? When the king's birthday comes, you struggling even harder. That's why when these holidays come, you struggling even harder, because that's how it always was. Worshiping these other idols, these false gods, you struggling even harder. Real talk.
And when the fast of, it's like, how do you say your name?
Bacchus.
When the fast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in possession to Bacchus carrying ivy.
Right. So they wanted us to join in to this. You feel me? When the king's birth month came, everybody had to serve him that day. Because that's what all a birthday is. You worshiping that person. That's why we don't celebrate birthdays. That's not our culture. It's not our culture to celebrate birthdays. That's something the heathens always done, all the way back to, I think, Mesopotamia, ancient Egypt. One of them, ancient Egypt, one of the pharaohs, I forget which one, who was the first one to do it. But they go back far as far as that this is a heathen culture to celebrate birthdays. And what they made us do on their birthdays, we had to suffer. You feel me? We had to struggle. Real talk.
Verse 8. Moreover, there went out a decree to the neighbor cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy.
Right, Ptolemy. That's one of Alexander the Greek. That's one of his generals that went and started his I think either Greece or Rome is where he went. One or the other.
Against the Jews, that they should observe the same fashions.
Right, and so all the heathens was doing this. All the heathens was celebrating the king's birthday, but we wasn't doing it. Why wasn't we doing it? Because that's not our culture. You feel me? We don't serve no other idols. We don't worship no idols. And we didn't do that. But the heathens did. That was their thing. So they went and said, well, the Jews, they gonna have to do it too. Who they think they is? We don't care what they believe. They finna come do this too. And that's why any Black, Hispanic, Native Indians that's celebrating holidays, you really just a slave. You feel me? You really just a slave, because that's not nothing we done. They made us do it. They beat us into doing that, to worshiping these idols. You feel me? They beat us into that.
And be partakers of their sacrifices.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. You feel me? This day that's coming up tomorrow, that is Christmas. That is Nimrod's birthday. You feel me? They had us in slavery in Babylon. And now we in slavery in Babylon all over again. You feel me? It's a new king of Babylon. His name Donald Trump. They got a new one every 4 years.
Right.
And their whole job is to go against the Jews, that they should observe the fashions and be partakers of their sacrifice. You feel me? That's their whole job. That's what they want us to do. You feel me? Their whole job is to make sure we good Americans. We ain't rising up. You feel me? Because we the reason why is 900 billion spent on Christmas.
Verse 9.
Now you can drop that. You can drop that. Go to Galatians 6 and 7.
Book of Galatians, chapter 6 and verse 7. Be not deceived. God is not mocked.
Right. Be not deceived, because every day you celebrate, every year you celebrating Christmas, you being deceived. Because God said you can't have no other idols. Only one God that you can serve, and that's him.
For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Right. God is not mocked. You mocking God, saying that this is his only begotten son's birthday. That's why you doing it. When you don't even do nothing Christ said to do. You mocking God. If you out there saying, look, I only celebrate Christmas because it's Christ's birthday, you know we got to do it. But nigga, you mocking God because you don't do nothing he said to do. You don't do nothing the book say to do. The whole book is about Christ and his people. And you don't do nothing that the book says to do at all. So that being said, whatever a man soweth, that's what he reap. And sow, that's talking about what you plant in the ground. You plant down apple seeds, you get an apple tree. You plant down oranges, you get an orange tree. You plant down wickedness, that's what you're going to get back. That's what you're going to get.
Verse 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption.
Right. And the flesh is just talking about what you desire. You feel me? What you desire. Whatever you desire, if you planning that, don't be mad when it goes spiral out of control. You feel me? You doing what your flesh want to do. Don't be mad when it spirals out of control and you wonder how you get to where you at. You feel me? Because if you planning your flesh, Satan has a gateway to be inside of you. Because now Satan knows you only care about getting high. You feel me? You only care about what somebody can do for you. And it's going to be easy for Satan to tempt you, man, and destroy your life.
But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting.
Right, and that's talking about peace. You feel me? Life everlasting is talking about peace. Because that's all anybody ever wants. Everybody think they want money. You feel me? Everybody think they want money. I'm telling you, that is not what you want. You want peace. And you think money is how you gonna get it. That's not true. It's not true. All you got to do is look at all the billionaires that got divorced over the last 2 years. You feel me? Look at all the rich people that overdose on drugs over the last 10 years. Because money is not going to bring you peace. But you sold to the flesh. You put everything in your rap career. Everything in being a drug dealer or a scammer or being a pimp. You put everything into that because you thought that that was going to get you peace. And it destroyed you. But if you would have been planning towards the spirit, you feel me? Then you would have got peace.
All right.
Then you would have got peace. Because your spirit would have said, look, you don't need that type of woman. You don't need to do them type of exotic drugs like that. You don't need to promote that type of music. You feel me? There's a lot of stuff you don't need to do, but your flesh is telling you you should. Because like I said, Satan is trying to find a gateway inside of you. And look what happened to Rich Homie Quan and all the rest of these rappers. There's a bunch of them. You feel me? Real talk. They sowing to the flesh and not the spirit. You feel me? Sowing to the flesh and not the spirit. You go ahead.
Verse 9. And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap, if we faint not.
Right. And then, of course, you doing well. You know, you doing good. You sowing to the spirit. Every day, you not being tempted. You know, I'm not going to do that. Nope, I ain't going to do that. Nope, Satan. Not today, Satan. Woo, all that. You feel me? You thinking like after a while, you will start to get weary where you like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. This ain't working. All this righteousness is not working. You feel me? But the Bible is saying in due season, you feel me? You're going to reap, which is talking about reap is talking about the crops. It's a metaphor about crops and seeds. After a while, you plant the seeds, you like, man, this stuff ain't growing. I think I got to do something else. Maybe I'm going to start working on cars or something. I don't know about this farming. Farming ain't working. You feel me? Real talk. But after a while, you'll start to see the crops growing. And you like, dang, this really worked. It came through. That's the same thing about sowing to your spirit. You feel me? Not being weak to temptation and wanting to just have fun and do what everybody else is doing, which is a heathen culture, to just do whatever you want, eat whatever you want. That's their culture. That's not ours. Real talk. And of course, after a while, we'll reap, you feel me, what we put in.
Verse 10. As we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith.
Right. So the whole point is doing good to all the brothers, all the sisters. You feel me? Because that's how you keep Satan from getting in. You feel me? From keeping the brotherhood. You feel me? Not being combative and just always trying to pick and be argumentative and, you know, find a problem. Just doing good to all men. You feel me? Like real talk.
Verse 11.
No, hold on, wait. No, you could drop that. That's all I want. Yeah, that's all I want. All right, going to the Apocrypha, Ecclesiastes 29 and 22.
Okay. Ecclesiastes chapter 29, verse 22. Better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage than delicate fare in another man's house.
Right. Well, what's the saying? More money, more problems. You feel me? That's the truth. That's what the Bible say. The Bible say is more money, more problems. It say better is life of a poor man in a mean cottage. What is a mean cottage? That's just something small. That's a small house. It say better is the life of a poor man in a small house. Go ahead. No, read the next part.
Then delicate fare in another man's house.
Right. Then delicate and fair in another man's house. You feel me? So the Bible is saying it's better you basically you have your own family, your own beliefs, doing your own thing than trying to follow after somebody else. And that's what a lot of people doing is celebrating Christmas and all that stuff. You feel me? You trying to be delicate and fair in another man's house. You feel me? You worshiping another man's God, another man's religion. The Bible says it's better that a poor man in his own small house. You feel me? Us and Ashley became the Commander Johanna. We is in a small house compared to Christianity. I think it's what 3 billion Christians, and all their kids getting molested, all their wives getting passed around the church. You feel me? Because you're trying to follow after another man's religion. You're trying to be out to do what another man do. You feel me? Christianity is white supremacy. You feel me? And it's better we sit here in ISUPK than try to be delicate and fair inside of white supremacy.
23. Be it little or much, hold thee contented.
Right. Be content. Be content with what you got. Because it could be worse. You feel me? If you ain't content with the little that you got, it could be worse.
Right.
You feel me? And then all right, most people in jail is Christians. Most people that's dead is Christian. How do you know? Because there's always a pastor there. They always getting buried in a church. Like real talk. It could be worse.
That thou hear not the reproach of thy house.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You got your family together. You got your family in order. It's better you got your family together in order than trying to go be glorified in the church. You feel me? Trying to be glorified in another man's house.
24. For it is a miserable life to go from house to house.
Right, it is. It's a miserable life to go from house to house, from family to family, slave master to slave master, religion to religion. That is miserable. It is a miserable life to do that.
For where thou art a stranger.
And that's the point. You a stranger. You a stranger in Christianity. You a stranger in Islam. You a stranger in the Buddhist temple. You feel me? You a stranger in Rastafarian. You a stranger in what they call it? Pro-African. What is that called? With the African beliefs, Pan-African.
Pan-African.
Yeah, you a Pan-African. You a stranger. Because the Africans, guess what? They not Pan-Africans.
Right.
You go in Africa, you will see they're not Pan-African. They worshiping trees and cows and bathing in cow pits. They ain't no damn Pan-African. You a stranger. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, for far too long, we have been strangers in other men's house. In other men's houses, other men's religion. We have been strangers and we've been miserable. We've been miserable every day of our life trying to follow different gods, different religions. It has not worked. We have not found peace yet until the ISUPK under Commander Johanna hit the scene in 1969. Real talk. Go ahead.
Thou darest not open thy mouth.
Out there, you can't even speak on it. You ask the pastor a question, he don't want to hear nothing. He ain't trying to break down Revelations. Jim Muhammad just broke down Revelations 15 and 16 in 2 hours. The pastor, you ask him one question in Revelation, he don't want to speak on it. He don't want to talk about it. You go ask the Muslims, why was Muhammad messing with 9-year-old girls? They don't want to speak on it. You better not open your mouth in them other people's religion. If you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, because they looking at what are you even doing here? You ain't supposed to be here anyway. That's why it's better we stay here with us. The Bible say, gather yourself together, O nation not desired. We need to be amongst each other instead of running to all these different religions for help. And we ain't gonna even be able to open our mouth. Real talk. All right, last scripture, you can drop that. Go to Romans 15 and 4.
Okay. You said 15 and 4, sir?
Yeah, come.
Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Right, and that's the point. Everything that was written, ain't nothing we teach is outdated. Everything we teach is universal practical knowledge. You can use it in your everyday life. You can take what we do and you can take that to the workforce. You can take that to the block, to the streets, to how you deal with your children, how you deal with your women. You feel me? Everything we teach is universal. You feel me? Because everything that was written, everything that we study in the Bible was written for our learning.
That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
And that's the point. Through the patience and the comfort of the scriptures, that we have hope. That we have hope. That we have hope that all the stuff we teaching is going to correct us. It's going to make us better men. It's going to make our women better women, our children better children. It's going to bring us all at peace because we got hope, because we got faith. You feel me? In the truth. You feel me? Real talk. The truth that we ain't letting Satan come back ever again. And how you do that? Most importantly, you gotta have brotherhood, gotta have sisterhood to help fight Satan. But that's in tonight's class. Tune in every Monday, Tuesday. Tune in Wednesday night for the podcast. But podcast tomorrow is canceled because Commander Johanna is doing a breakdown. And of course, it's the Feast of Hanukkah. You feel me? Yahweh Bashim Abshah Bakatham, Yahweh Shema Thumb Bashim Abshah.